Lynette Wills.
Yeah,
No surprises there.
I've also brought with me my brother, Gavin, who put in a submission and wanted me to speak to that during this time as well. I'd just like to start with saying to the council...
Sorry, Lynette, Gavin, are you down to speak?
Yes, he is down to speak later on, and they put him in the slot.
Okay, no problem. So do you want to combine your times? Or
yes, one time is fine.
Okay, that's fine. Go for it.
We'd just like to say at the outset, thank you very much for the consultation and engagement process that you've had with the community, and we really appreciate, Vicky, the workshop that you led out at Upper Riccarton, because that allowed the community really to understand at the grassroots level about this long-term plan.
Thank you.
Now, Gavin's submission spoke at the start about not selling the shares or the city's assets. He wants to encourage you to keep our assets, and I guess that I would add that to encourage the City Council to be bold in speaking and negotiating with the government to ensure that we don't have to sell off our assets. Rather extend out the timeframes, if you have to, from that 10 years out towards 25 years. The second thing, as retired people, we also want to say that once you're on a fixed income, that increasing the city rates is very difficult. My brother Gavin has been caught up with earthquaked house in Avonside, which is somehow going to be rebuilt, and he came over the others to live closer to me, bought a house over there, and that got earthquaked. So this problem of increasing the rates for people, there are so many people like us who haven't had their places yet fixed and repaired, that increasing rates is going to be quite difficult. So we think the rate should be kept to no more than the inflation. Another thing about the rates that we feel that the outlying districts, people who are coming in to work in the central city and are not ratepayers but are using our amenities, do need to have some sort of card. We can be friendly to them, but they do need to pay for the library, the swimming pool, and so on. So, you know, we feel that the reduced number of ratepayers shouldn't also be allowing people who live outside the area to be paying for that. We also want to, or I also in my submission made a point about encouraging the number of ratepayers in our area, and we've noted of late that there are plans to increase the number of ratepayers, particularly in the inner city. I hope there's going to be affordable housing, but I think those sorts of plans need to be encouraged and given great encouragement if they can from central government as well. The review of the council's work programme, Gavin thinks that this should be extended out because the ratepayers can't afford it, so we hope the timeframes can be extended out. And the transport network, we really want you to negotiate with ECAN so that the city runs both the transport, buses and the shelters and so on, and there's not a division in that. So please negotiate hard with that ECAN and get it back. Now, the east side of City, where we have grown up and Gavin has until February 22nd been living, we have a particular concern about what's happening around Avonside Girls High School and that neck of the woods round there. We really want you to be considering maybe a first-class recreation area. There's still a lot, although it's red zoned, still a lot of good land there, and we would like to see maybe some of those sports facilities, even the metro sports facilities, moved out where there's not good parking around the hospital and so on, but moved out to the east side to encourage that. And the final part that I want to make mention of is about the need for safe cycleways that go not only from the university, the central city, but also out to New Brighton. So that's our contribution, and thank you very much for your good work.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Perfect timing. Spot on.